Canada and Japan. They have finished 1-2 both World Cup stops this season. Canada does, in fact, bring out the Olympic gold side. This one will be interesting. Not often you see a false start in a team pursuit. This time, cleanly away. Both sides, let's just call it a straight line formation off the start. It's always interesting. Some teams do two at the front and one at the back. And anyway, this way, it's all lined up in a row. First time split, both a little bit behind the time set by the United States. That is a long, long way to go. Reminder, time checks are every half lap. Onodera, Sato, and Horikawa for Japan. And the Canadians have Malte, Weideman, and Blondin. The famous trio that has so much experience together, and certainly in the early going now, Canada into the green, Japan already almost a second off the pace. It is still Canada adding to that lead right now. The light bulb has potentially clicked for this Canadian side. Twice silver on World Cup. A gold a week ago at 4 continents. And in the early going, on pace to get back on the top of the podium in the women's team pursuit on the World Cup. A second ahead of the United States. Japan, they lost some time early, but are just sort of stabilizing a bit. They haven't lost too much more time, but Canada looking like a well-oiled machine at the moment, adding to their advantage. Japan closing back in on the time set by the U.S., just over 0.7 of a second off their pace. Malte already has an individual medal this weekend in the 3,000. It is Malte leading the group right now. Weideman in reserve, just sitting right there behind her. Now Canada over 2.2 seconds ahead. Japan closing in on the U.S. A little stumble by Weideman coming up to the bell. Doesn't look like it's going to cost Canada that much time. Japan now ahead of the U.S. They're finding their form, lapping faster than Canada. I don't know if there's enough room for them to close it back up unless the Canadians have lost a lot of time. They look in unison, 3 seconds ahead. Japan, I think, has run out of room to catch the Canadians. They might be settling for second for the first time on World Cup this year. But in Salt Lake City, Canada is gold. Japan into second. A good burst of pace in this last half of the race. And the U.S. all smiles, they get a bronze medal.